Well, how times change as hiring picks up steam in the IT sector, tech companies are now back to facing a scenario of no-shows. Abba, what's a no-show?
Well, a no-show is when candidates don't turn up to work on the date of joining as specified in their appointment letters. Instead, they use the offer to negotiate a better deal with other companies.
Tech companies are shifting gears, sending their hiring engines into overdrive. For young engineers who had been sitting tight all this while, that means it's time to play a game of merry-go-round. Clutching their new appointment letters in one hand, it's time to go knocking on the doors of other companies for an even better offer. This has led to a situation where candidates confirm their date of joining to one company but just don't show up on that date. HR firms say the situation is not as bad as it was prior to the economic slowdown yet.
We still haven't seen that moving into the unrestrained limits that we had seen in 2006 and 2007. It had actually gotten way out of hand at that point of time, and to a point where actually employers had to put down certain stipulations and build certain certain practices within the organization which would help them at least reduce the occurrence of such cases happening. We still haven't seen it move back up to that level, but yes, there is definitely a slight relaxation from candidates also when they know that there are various opportunities available. So let's just hope that we don't really bounce back to that particular level that we had seen then.
While the tech companies themselves are reluctant to reveal the number of no-shows, between the two biggest IT players, Infosys and TCS, they are planning to hire 54,000 people this year. HR firms say no-shows in the January-March period this year has already risen to 40%, the same as it was in 2008, just before the financial crisis began. The number of no-shows had dropped to just 10% post the collapse of Lehman Brothers, which signaled the start of the crisis.
This year we anticipate some of them doing a no-show because they have two offers, they just end up declining it at the last moment kind of a thing. Or they take one offer, keep applying for the other jobs kind of a thing.
But HR managers at tech companies are devising ways to deal with the situation. One way is by selecting up to 3 candidates for one profile, just in case they are faced with a no-show. Interviews have also been made tighter to gauge a candidate's true intentions. Recruitment consultants expect the number of offer rejects and no-shows to hit a high sometime around the months of June and July. This is when people will start negotiating with their current employers too on increments that they've just received. With Kartika Trehan in Chennai, Rohan Sharma, Bloomberg UTV, Mumbai.